You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning. It's Thursday, May 30th. Can't believe we're almost all the way through May. One more day and we jump into June. We have a great show for you today on Good Morning Vail. We've got Kai Malone, a lifestyle expert, coming in, talking about those gifts for maybe Father's Day coming up. So you want to stay tuned for that. We've got Nadine Harouni. Now, she does a series of books. Very hard for me to call them children's books because they're more about real life experience. So we'll be talking about that. Liz Farron, she is a local here. She's going to talk about the Chat Box Vail. If you don't know what that's about, definitely have to stay tuned for that segment. And then Allison St. John, she is the director of culinary for Panera Bread. We're going to talk about some of those backyard barbecues and get-togethers, an easy way to get through that. And of course, take a look at that beautiful local weather that's coming up our way. Good Morning Vail starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up.
Well, I'm sure you're all waiting to see what that local weather is going to look like. We've had two absolutely beautiful days, typical mountain weather, just some beautiful afternoons, a little bit of rainfall, precipitation throughout the evening, which is exactly how we like it. Getting up today, 49 degrees, a high today of 68 degrees, 20% chance of precipitation. That sunshine is going to be out there. Very, very light winds, 5 to 10, 15 miles an hour possibly coming our way. So not a lot out there as far as the wind goes. Looking at Vail by the hour, those warmer temperatures there in the afternoon and those clouds rolling in probably 3:30, 4 o'clock this afternoon. Maybe bringing some showers our way, but like yesterday, we had 15 minutes of some raindrops, enough just to give the new flowers a chance to get a drink and start to bloom. A lot of good tulips out there right now. Looking over in Denver, 79 degrees. They're seeing some thunderstorms, 40% chance precipitation throughout the day there. But then the rest of the valley, Vail, Avon, Eagle, 76, 73, 70 or 68 degrees. Beautiful, nice, sunshiny day out there. So get out there and enjoy some of that. Lows tonight of 38 degrees. Not too cool down there, but look at that. 8:27 is when the sun is going to set. An absolutely beautiful sunset. So get out there and enjoy that this evening. Looking at Vail 5-day, oh my gosh, 66 degrees on Friday, Saturday 69 degrees, 71 on Sunday. That sunshine just keeps coming our way. Opening up next week, Monday, 72 degrees, possibly 71 degrees and some showers on Tuesday. So overall, looks like a wonderful weekend. So plan accordingly, get out there and embrace the beautiful sunshine we have with our spring weather. We'll be back soon after we look at this segment on Vail Vibes. Come on!
Hi friends, welcome to Vail Vibes. Avisha Scarborough here. Today we are coming to you from Root and Flower, one of Vail's most beloved craft bars. We're going to be talking to one of the co-owners who's not only going to show us his favorite drinks, but he's also going to show us how we can make them ourselves at home.
With a single flower painted on its door, Root and Flower in Vail Village is unassuming and slightly hidden from the outside. But once you're inside, the art of cocktail mixology is next level. Their craft cocktails are elevated versions of the classics, with extra care and creativity put into the ingredients and garnishes. This is Jeremy Campbell.
I'm an equal opportunity drinker, and what I mean by that is I like cocktails, I like wine, I like beer.
He and his partners Sam Bizant and Matt Limbaugh created Root and Flower to fill a need in Vail after spending years working in the restaurant business.
So the three of us all kind of worked together for a really long time, and it was actually Samantha and I were talking one day about what Vail is missing. And one of the things we thought Vail was missing was a higher end bar. Well, you can go to, ski bars and take a shot and gonna get drugged, but there's nothing else with that kind of elevated experience. So that was kind of the genesis. And so we wanted to say, if you'd come here, we'd have top tier cocktails, we'd have top tier wine, and in this case, also top tier bites to eat. But we still wanted to retain that soul of being a bar.
With the soul of a bar and the heart of a gourmet restaurant, the owners encourage their team to get creative with drink recipes. This drink is called American is Apple Pie, and it was created by one of their bartenders. If you like your drinks hot, boozy, and delicious, this is the drink for you. Here, Jeremy shows us how it's made. First, a little bit of apple cordial.
What apple cordial is literally a bunch of apples that we've cooked down with brown sugar.
Next, some raisin rum.
These are 151 that we've soaked in raisins.
An ounce and a half of apple brandy, a 1/4 ounce Amaro, and a 1/4 ounce ginger liqueur. Add 2 ounces of hot water and then steam it all together. Finally, he tops it off with some cognac-infused whipped cream and an apple. Voila!
Cheers.
Next up, Jeremy shows us how to make a gin and tonic like no other. He uses local floral tonic by Lost Identity and a local Colorado gin called Caprock. He adds soda, ice, and rosemary, and we've got a botanical gin and tonic.
It's very chuggable. Cheers.
And lastly, we're in ski season, so we had to include a wintertime favorite, the Yuletide, Root and Flower's take on a mulled wine. He adds 4 ounces of red wine with some handcrafted citrus tonic and 2 spicy Caribbean liqueurs. He adds some hot water, then heats it up and adds a garnish that doubles as a lid.
Holds the heat in.
So we've got our drinks and we've got a beautiful charcuterie board to go with them. Jeremy leaves us with this little bit of advice to get the most enjoyment out of your refreshments.
I always say I like to earn my drinks. You know, if I'm just sitting around, drinking, then it just doesn't taste the same. But if I'm up there skiing all day and putting in a lot of work, then my drink's gonna taste a lot better.
Cheers to that.
That's it for today, friends. Thank you so much for watching Vail Vibes. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and I'll see you next time.
Good morning, Vail.
Stevie Lee Woods presents Nashville Roadhouse Live, where country meets rock and roll.
It's where I drank my first beer, where I found Jesus, where I wrecked my first car, I tore it all to pieces. Join us every week for more live performances right here on Nashville Roadhouse Live.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Hi there! Are you ready to explore famous neighborhoods from New York City to Kentucky? Watch The Neighborhood with host Nicole Newman. Featuring famous people, unique history, and delicious places to eat and drink. Our viewers get an inside personal look at each neighborhood. With each episode we learn, grow, laugh, and live like a local, not just a visitor. Welcome to The Neighborhood. Check your local program schedule and tune in.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Learn the latest in science each week and how it relates to everyday life. From space exploration to plant biology to the latest in high-tech advances. Every new scientific development is explored and explained in an understandable way. Amazing stories each week. Watch Science Now.
Daily Flash Latino. Designed for the American Latino audience, Daily Flash Latino hosts Jessica Reyes and Fabian Marcano deliver their fresh perspective on the latest entertainment news, celebrity gossip, fashion, health, and more in both English and Spanish, aka Spanglish. Daily Flash Latino builds, connects, and celebrates the diverse Hispanic audience. Daily Flash Latino, trending news and entertainment with a splash of Spanglish.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. With all the holidays and all the festivities and graduations and things coming up, gift giving is a challenge. And now we've got Father's Day just around the corner. We need a little help. Kia Malone, a lifestyle expert, is going to be here with us to talk a little bit about what the best way to pick a gift out is. Kia, how are you this morning?
Hey, I am doing great. Happy to talk Father's Day gift ideas.
Well, great. Looks like you've got a nice table there. You're set in where? Dick's Sporting Goods?
I am right in the middle of one of my favorite retailers because you can find everything you need in one place. They make it so easy. Yes.
All right. So why, Kia, is it so darn hard to come up with a gift for Dad every single year?
You know what? It's simple. Dad just doesn't give us enough hints. You know, you're like, hey, what about this? Oh, I don't care. Give me whatever. And you know that's not true. You really know he's secretly thinking, man, I hope they find something cool for me this year. So no more ties, no more socks. He doesn't need any more underwear. I mean, unless he really does. You get the point. Don't get him that stuff for Father's Day. Get him something that he would like to enjoy. You know, what does he like to do? What are his hobbies? Get him something that, you know, he can really have fun with, or something the entire family can have fun with. And that makes for a better Father's Day gift.
So what kind of hot gifts are trending this year?
Okay, so this Father's Day, for the golfer in your life, the Max Fly Tour golf balls are trending because, you know, they always need golf balls when they're on the course. But as well as this Max Fly Honors 14-way stand bag, it not only is gorgeous, very modern, it holds all of the essentials, including the Callaway AI smoke drivers. Now, you can pair all of that with this Bluetooth GPS speaker, which is a very unique gift on and off the golf course. You can use it on the course to help you gauge and measure, you know, where your hole is, and then use it off the course, maybe in the backyard for a cookout. Now, for the outdoorsy guy, or if they're going mountain biking near Vail, I heard you talking about Vail earlier, check out this Nishiki Pueblo mountain bike. It's the perfect tool for that guy who wants to kind of channel his inner childhood, or even surprise him with a Quest Canyon 100 kayak. It's perfect for summer adventures for the entire family. Just don't forget the Yeti cooler. I can't say that enough. Don't forget the Yeti cooler. They're durable. You can, you know, throw all your sandwiches in, your water bottles. It keeps everything cool, whether you're at baseball practice or soccer practice. This is the new Blue Wave color. I like it. It's trending, right?
I love that.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
For dads who like to work out, whether it's in the gym or at home, grab them some Ethos dumbbells and pair it with the Hyper Ice portable massager. I bought this for my husband for Father's Day a couple of Father's Day ago, and I use it just as much as he does. So all great things for dad to enjoy. That's not a tie, a pair of socks, or underwear.
All right, Kia. So say we've got a dad that's a real GQ kind of guy, loves the style, loves the fashion. What do you got for him?
For that stylish dad, or for the dad who wants to be stylish, we got to hook him up and get him the entire outfit. We want to make sure he understands what to pair with what, so he's rocking that whole fit. I love the Versed brand because it has so many different options for you to, you know, pair together. This is the Versed short sleeve piqué button down shirt. You put that over an essential tee and then pair it with Limitless slim shorts. Dad is going to be looking awesome, whether he's running errands or he's at baseball practice or even date night with you. Now, you can't forget to top it all off with a Bad Birdie hat or even these Gooder sunglasses. Have you seen these? These are really cool. They're polarized. They're not very expensive. They come in a million different colors, and they look really good on. Well, perfect for dad.
For a lot of people, though, you say that, you know, it's not that expensive, trying to stretch the dollar. What advice do you give for those that are trying to stretch that dollar and find something on a budget?
Absolutely. There are so many sales that will be going on, especially around Father's Day here. I also like to, throughout the year, whenever I see something on sale and I go, oh, you know what? That's going to be great for my husband for Father's Day or his birthday. I'll go ahead and grab it then. And I have a secret, gift closet at home. Now, if you're trying to stay within a certain budget, say, look, Dad, I love you. I only have $50. Then get him a Dick's Sporting Goods gift card. And that way, Dad can get exactly what he wants this Father's Day.
You can never miss with that. That is for sure. Now, Kia, where can we go to get some more information?
Head over to Dix.com for more information where you can buy online, even pick up in store. You can even buy online and they will put it out in your car for you using the curbside service. So no excuses not to get your shopping done early.
Kia, thank you so much for joining us this morning and the great advice that we've got to get out there and do some shopping. And thanks again to Dick's Sporting Goods for having you in the store to show us all the great items they have. We'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Hi, I'm Ben Belgrad, and I'm the owner of Drinking Vessels here at Bat Country Studios in Minturn. And I've been in the Valley for 7 years. I moved to the Valley because a friend helped me to get my vision off the ground, building my glass studio here, and being so close to snowboarding. So here at the studio, we're acting as a broker for 50 to 100 artists from around the country. We also offer glassblowing classes, and we bring many artists from around the country here to be able to work and create art collaboratively and be so close to skiing and all the activities we have here in the Valley. Here at Drinking Vessels, we specialize in handmade glass drinkware from artists around the country and around the world. Some of these are produced as more of an item you could get in sets and kind of get different color options as time goes on. And some of these are completely one of a kind and really high-end art that's unlike anything people have seen before. While I'm an artist myself here at the studio, I'm representing between 50 and 100 other artists from around the country. And most of these artists are able to spend most of their time working on their art while we help handle their marketing and their sales and the distribution and representation, allowing them more time to focus on their art. That's really my privilege in running this business, is creating that support and providing that platform for this big group of artists that are part of a movement that's very important to me.
Join host Madison Brown as she visits with guests ranging from country star Toby Keith to magician Tommy Wynn. Explores the kitchen from cake decorating to cooking Hawaiian style, all while exploring unique locations across the country. Check your local listings and tune in.
You know TV8 Vail has great local content, but did you know about our production services? Hire an expert to develop your website reel, commercials, live stream events, studio production, and more. If you can dream it, we can help you do it. TV8 delivers high-quality content in both English and Spanish. Contact us today to discuss your next project. Email Danielle at tv8vail.com or call 970-628-9881.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
The Paltrowcast is an award-winning weekly series featuring exclusive interviews with entertainers, athletes, and other influencers. Tune in weekdays at 10 a.m. to see where the conversation takes us.
Paltrowcast.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Ooh. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Lots of great things happening outside with that local weather. Let's take a look. Getting up today, 49 degrees, a high today of 68 degrees, 20% chance of precipitation. Again, that mountain type of weather where we get a few storms that roll in from now and then to give us a little rain shower. Mostly sunny all day, light winds 5 to 15 miles an hour out of the southeast. So not a lot like we saw yesterday with those higher winds coming in. Vail by the hour shows those warmer temperatures right there from noon to 4 p.m. About 3:34, those clouds may roll in, and that's what's going to bring us that possible precipitation. Looks like some thunderstorms, 79 degrees in Denver, 68 in Vail, 73 in Avon, and 76 over in Eagle to get us through that I-70 corridor. This evening, a low of 38 degrees, sun setting at 8:27 p.m. Give us a nice long days as we move into spring. Looking at the 5-day, looks absolutely gorgeous. 66 degrees tomorrow, 69 on Saturday. Sunday is 71 degrees to give us a wonderful weekend as we lead into next week. Monday looks nice and sunny, partly sunny, 72 degrees, and some possible cloud cover and precipitation coming in on Tuesday. So that leads us through that 5-day. Looks absolutely wonderful. Get out there, plan accordingly. Going to have a great weekend weather-wise. We'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park. It's America's only mountaintop theme park. In fact, it's so high up that you need to take a gondola to get there.
My name's Arthur Wheeler. I'm the attractions manager here at Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park. A very unique place, right? We've got all of our natural attractions with our caves, and then we have 12 phenomenal other rides and attractions that we have here. Our latest addition is Defiance, which is our brand new 110-foot tall roller coaster, right? And fun fact, it actually has the steepest free fall drop west of the Mississippi. So my favorite ride here is Giant Canyon Swing. Every single time I ride it, right, my brain just never seems to get it, right? It's just, we're gonna get this full send off the cliff edge, and it's just this ultimately just thrilling experience, right? It's rated among the top 3 scariest rides on Earth.
I wasn't quite ready to be sent off a cliff on a giant swing, but I did try the Alpine coaster. It's unlike any roller coaster I've ever been on. It's similar to an Alpine slide, but you have full control over your own speed. And if you're like me, you like to take things slow and take in the views. There's not a lot of fantasy or make-believe at this adventure park. The views are all Mother Nature, including these caves, which Arthur says have a lot of history.
In the late 1800s, the Darrow family began showing tours in our historic fairy cave that we have here, right? It's actually one of the first caves in the United States to have electric lights. And over time, that cave went from the Darrow family to the Preble family. This is where our current owner, Steve Beckley, comes into play. When Steve Beckley was in college, he began writing to Peter Preble, who was the owner of the mountain at the time, and trying to convince him, like he had found the caves and he wanted to, open these caves back up to the public and really kind of create this awesome experience. And it took over 10 years of writing Peter Preble before they were able to come to an agreement.
That persistence paid off, and now the public can enjoy the adventure park all year round.
During the winter season, we have Winter on the Mountain, where we have close to 1 million lights that we put on all of our various trees, right? So it's just well lit up and everything is just this magical kind of sparkle that you're gonna get in the winter.
Sounds like the perfect day off from skiing. For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scar.
Good morning, Vail.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
How do you make Anthony Edwards the face of your franchise if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves? We'll get into that. And we say hello to our good friend Matt Verderam, who hangs out with us from SI.com. Their NFL insider, one of them, is hanging out with us on the program today. Did you see Caitlin Clark last night? She put up a 40-burger, hits the game-winning three as time expires. Let's turn our attention to the Denver Broncos, one of the NFL's most dysfunctional situations.
The Sports Wrap with Jason Page.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
For the latest and greatest trends in pop entertainment, Popstar Today brings you compelling celebrity lifestyle stories that matter most to you. From movies, music, TV, and streaming shows, to fashion, social media influencers, and the latest on who is seeing who. Join host Elizabeth Stanton as she digs deep and dives in. This is Popstar Today.
Eight-time Emmy-nominated Animal Rescue is a half-hour television series showcasing the heroic efforts of people helping animals. Join host and award-winning journalist Alex Payne and the Animal Rescue camera crew as they travel around the world, capturing dramatic rescues, rehabilitation, and relocation stories. For programming schedule, check your local listings today. Don't miss your favorite episodes of Animal Rescue.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. There's a lot of great books out there to read, whether you're talking about health, with well-being, if you're talking about self-help kind of things. And my next guest, Nadine Harouni, is an author, and her style of books is geared more for children, but the way I look at it, it's more about well-being and real life experiences. Good morning, Nadine.
Good morning. Thank you for having me on.
Well, thank you. We were just chatting briefly before the show, how you'd been on a few years ago, and it's so nice to have you back.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to be back.
So your series of books, again, children's books is kind of the category they go in, but when I've gone through and looked at Frida the Frog, and then you've got a new one coming in, the Hat Diaries book, all of these are related to real life experience and those difficult conversations that we may need to have with our children and maybe even with each other. What was your inspiration?
Exactly. So the Frida the Frog series, it is geared for children, but it's meant to also be tools for parents and teachers and psychologists to open up a door to conversations that might be uncomfortable or difficult, reminding kids that families look different and that no family is any less special. So the inspiration for me was me going through all of the situations that Frida and her family went through with my kids and not really knowing how to broach the topic or start the conversations with them.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question on, with most authors, something very close to the heart really inspired this. And I know with your family, because you've got a blended family and some things like that, and the LGBTQ+, How did those experiences really get you into writing these, and how did you craft your book?
So when me and my children, when we went through a divorce, I didn't feel that there were any wonderful books out there that really spoke to kids in a way that wasn't scary for them. So that was the inspiration for releasing, and I just brought the cover to show you. Frida the Frog Gets a Divorce. And then we became a blended family, and we didn't necessarily look like a traditional family. Some of the kids looked like me, some of the kids looked like my husband. So I thought it was a good way to broach the topic of diversity, and that was the inspiration for Frida the Frog and her new blue family. And then we moved from Manhattan to a suburb, and it was difficult, and my kids had to deal with changing schools, changing houses, and any kind of life change is scary, not only for children, but for I think many adults as well. So that inspired me to write Frida the Frog is on the Move. And then unfortunately we lost my grandma Helen, and that was the first time my kids dealt with losing somebody that they loved. And I wrote Frida the Frog Says Farewell to Her Fish, where the family loses a pet fish. And it's just reminding kids to remember the good times you had with that person or that pet. And then lastly, Frida the Frog and the Two Mamas Next Door. That one wasn't really so much as based on family or personal experience as it was, I felt an important topic to get out there, because when we moved from Manhattan to the suburbs, there was actually only one gay family we knew in our town. One of my children's friends had two dads. And I just thought that it would be nice to remind kids that there might be other families, not only with a mom and a dad, but there could be two moms, there could be two dads, there could be a single parent household. And it's just reminding kids that parenting comes in many different forms.
I love it. That is so inspirational and just helps through some of those, like you said, difficult conversations and some real life things that are going on. Is there anything that you see for Frida the Frog that's going to expand into some more outside the 5-book series?
There is. As Frida and her family are going to meet other frog families and go through other situations, I sort of put it on hold a little because I'm working on my fantasy adventure trilogy, The Hat Diaries, but I'm planning to write future Frida books covering topics such as adoption, a primary parent going back to work, dealing with any kind of major illness or disability. So again, these are all topics that are very real life based and meant to remind kids that they're not alone.
Now, in one of the Frida the Frog books, there's 3 little tadpoles, Franny, Frank, and Jack. Do those tadpoles have any of the personalities that maybe your children have?
Little. They're a little. No, I'm just joking. They're slightly. There's a couple of characteristics, and most of the characters are based loosely. The names are also hidden names, such as Jack is based on my son Jake, and Samson is for my daughter Samantha. And my mom is the OF, Original Frida, so that's who the series is named after.
Oh, that's awesome. Now let's talk a little bit about the other series, The Hat Diaries. Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. So I brought the first book, which was released in October, is The Hat Diaries is the name of the series, and it's called The Secret Life of Ryan Rigby. It's meant to be for anyone who likes adventure books, fantasy adventure, from age 8 through adult. It's technically middle grade fantasy adventure. And and anybody who probably likes the Harry Potter series would probably enjoy this. It talks about a story about a young boy who's 13 who his mom gets a job at a hat factory, and he starts taking home different hats from the hat factory and putting them on before he goes to bed at night. And in his dreams, which he calls adventures, which are very realistic, he becomes the role of the hat wearer. So he becomes a magician, he becomes a firefighter, he becomes a police officer, safari guide. He has many different adventures, and at the same time he's dealing with the loss of his dad, and he meets an older man, Merlot, who becomes sort of a mentor to him. So his real life unfolds in alternating chapters with these adventures he has, and certain things happen that by the end of the book you really don't know what's real and what's fantasy.
Oh, that sounds remarkable. I can't wait to look at those. Thank you so much, Nadine. Now, where can people go to buy these books?
I'm so glad you asked. They can go to NadineHaruni.com. That's all one word, NadineHaruni.com. They're also available Amazon, Barnes & Noble, anywhere books are sold.
I appreciate you joining me today on Good Morning Vail, Nadine. We're going to be sure to check back to you to see that Frida the Frog series and how that goes, along with the Hat Diaries on some of that fantasy type, but somewhat realistic books that you've got coming out. Thank you for this series. Is a lot of advice, enlightenment, and the many challenges that we face day to day. We'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.
I'm Danella Richard. I've made a career traveling the world. I've worked for some of the biggest names in travel, and now I've traded in my business suit for a swimsuit. Swimming with the sharks, swinging at the edge of the world, throwing back a few shots, or shall I say spirits. Eating some of the best cuisine, and even making a few furry friends along the way. I invite you to come along with me and discover the world.
Join us on the famous Leadville Railroad. This historic train ride takes you on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for an afternoon of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Our scenic train rides are a perfect place to bring families closer together while immersing them in the natural beauty and rich history of this picturesque region. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Make memories that will last a lifetime. Tickets available at LeadvilleRailroad.com.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these 2 luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
What happens to a poker player when there is life-changing money on the line?
Hey, catch! I'm rooting for me.
When they are faced with adversity?
Holy smoke. Jason can't even breathe right now. Look at him.
When a WPT title is within their grasp?
How sweet that is, baby!
See for yourself with a front row seat to all the action on the World Poker Tour.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We're having all kinds of fun today on the show. And I've got Jen and Danielle sitting next to me to talk a little bit about Chatbox Vail, exactly what it is, and where we can go experience this Chatbox Vail. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning, Kevin.
How are we doing?
We're good.
Well, let's Chatbox it, shall we?
Absolutely.
Well, tell me, what is Chatbox Vail?
Jen, you want to start?
Yeah, so Chatbox Vail is a podcast that Liz Farron and I started. It's actually the brainchild of Liz Farron, which started up that we really wanted to talk about mental health and how it affects the Valley, and really kind of highlight people of our community, members of our community that really make a big effort and contribution to creating positive mental health in the Valley.
Yeah, the sad reality is here in the Valley, our small little valley, there's a lot of depression. There's a lot of mental health issues that are coming our way, and to have more resources to help people through that, and I guess break against that stigma of, oh, you shouldn't ask for that, or how do I ask for that,
Absolutely.
or where can I go? It's a great opportunity to do that.
Absolutely, and I think because we are small, it can feel very isolating when you don't have the right resources, and so it's, for our goal is to really just plug, our viewers into the mental health resources and people that are doing really cool and exciting things to benefit mental health in fun ways.
Well, let's get into that podcast series a little bit. What are some of the topics that are isolated on each one of the series?
It depends. We really kind of comb through our community to find people that are doing anything interesting in the space. So we've had a hypnotist on we've had people who have written books about bipolar and just their experience with mental health issues. We've talked about microdosing mushrooms for mental health benefits, and really it's just it's anybody that it's kind of finding the different ways that people connect to mental health in the Valley, and how we can spread that, and create and build a larger community with our community through positive mental health ways.
Got it. So how long has Chatbox Vail been in conception? When did it start? How are we doing so far? How many followers?
We started in January of this year, and we started on radio, and then lovely Danielle has brought us to TV8. So we've been, I think for a month or two, we've been 2 months. We've been broadcasting our podcast from the studio live. It's on YouTube and Spotify. I'm not sure what our stats are right now. I think are more excited about our guests and connecting with them, and at this point, yeah.
And with such an important topic that really I think all of us have run into directly or indirectly, where do you see the vision of Chatbox Vail going?
I think we really just want to be a platform for the community to reach out. It's more kind of a community outreach to make people feel safe and heard and seen. And to know that they're not alone, and that we are a community. We are small, but we don't need to be isolated. We can reach out to each other. We can build and grow. And it would be, I think ideally it'd be fun to have events, celebrating mental health where we actually are meeting in person and really connecting with people.
Yeah, you mentioned that meeting in person. I think, when COVID started and that isolation process started, many people working from home, now a lot of employers are requiring people to go back into the office. And what a big transformation that is.
Absolutely.
Creating a lot of stress, a lot of, that socializing, forcing them back into that. And there's not like a little steps getting back into it. It's like, now. And that is really creating a lot. And I know seeing in our industry a lot of, salespeople, things like that, and here in the Valley with the hospitality, it's bringing people back into that workplace, which is a lot of anxiety and
Absolutely.
things going along with it.
That's true, and I think in some cases, people do thrive on that social aspect. Especially coming out of COVID, where I think we all, we're stuck in the house and feeling trapped and feeling isolated. And so, I think it has that. It's the double-edged sword where it's like, yes, we have to go back in the office and, put on some work clothes. But I also think, in some cases, sometimes that's yoga pants. Like,
a lot of naked workers at home right now. Just so everybody
or maybe
knows.
half, right? As far as the camera can see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that what we lost through COVID was just that connection with people and being in each other's energy and space. And I think that even just getting a platform to do it through TV is to show people that we are here and we care, like, is one thing, but like also just being face to face and person to person. So I think even if it's in a work setting, can sometimes have positive health benefits as well.
Well, great information and things getting out there. How about partnerships? Have you gotten any people that want to partner with you to help promote, whether it's mental health services or things like that?
I think that's kind of our next step in stages, is that we're really looking for sponsors and to build this out so that we can make more meaningful impact to the community and really in addition to people that we have on, but like have larger sponsors that we can also point people to and show that they support mental health in this community as well.
Yeah, I know Vail Health over in Edwards has the big complex going up now to help with some behavioral health,
Much
substance
needed.
abuse, which is going to be so great for the community
Absolutely.
on allowing that opportunity for people to go in and get the help they need.
Absolutely. So that would be, an awesome opportunity to partner, but yeah.
So you talked about events. Any big events that are planned coming up, or?
No, we're still in brainchild phase where we're still ideating and kind of rolling with what we have right now. And I think that it's working as we're kind of growing and finding our audience.
Well, I'm sure with Danielle on board now, TV8's going to help kind of get behind that. And I know all of us here, that's near and dear to our hearts as well. So we will try to figure out and plan accordingly and then plan with you.
Excellent. Yes,
Great.
Thank you.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for being on today. This is such a great topic. And again, something that hits us all directly or indirectly. And it's great to know organizations like you are out there promoting it, talking about it, bringing it to light, and then getting those partners and events and activities that are going to blend us back into what we need to do and get that mental health where it needs to be.
Yes, and I just want to give a big shout out and thank you to Liz Farron, who can't be here today, but she is the brainchild and kind of the mastermind behind the guests and just the ideas of where we're going. And so she's absolutely incredible. And
Liz is incredible. She's got just so much energy and passion behind her.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
And she really brings the passion and fire to this podcast. And so, yeah, she deserves the nod.
Right. So not only can you find it on YouTube and Spotify, you can also find it here on TV8 every Saturday and Sunday morning at 9.
Nice.
And I think, as John was saying, it's been fun to see people kind of in a different light, because we've had incredible guests like Chris Romer, who we speak with all the time in his role at VVP. But he was here with adult bullying, which is not a topic we would ordinarily discuss with Chris. So I think it's fun to see people in their different environments here in the Valley.
Yeah, and those topics that we don't often talk about or even think about, it's like, wow, I never really considered that. It just brings it to the forefront and makes us a little more mindful of things that are going on.
Right, absolutely.
So, great. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining me on the couch today.
Of course.
Don't forget to tune in Saturday and Sunday, see a little bit more about what's going on here, what's going on in the mental health world, and be part of it. Embrace it. Whether you're affected directly or indirectly, you play a very important part of bringing the proper mental health to the Vail Valley. We'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
One of the longest-running syndicated television series is back, America's Black Forum, a weekly series highlighting the latest in our lifestyles, business, entertainment, and finance. We introduce you to entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the business world and leaders who are fighting for change.
Welcome to America's Black Forum.
Tune in each week to know what's happening in our world today on America's Black Forum.
I'm Amy Goodman, host of Democracy Now! Our independent news hour offers diverse perspectives and unique opinions, often unheard in the mainstream media, live as the news unfolds. Tune in for Democracy Now!, the War and Peace Report, weekday mornings at 9 and evenings at 6 on TV8 Vail, Comcast Xfinity Channel 92. There's more for you on Channel 92.
What happens to a poker player when there is life-changing money on the line?
Hey, catch! I'm rooting for me.
When they are faced with adversity?
Holy smokes. Jason can't even breathe right now. Look at him.
When a WPT title is within their grasp?
How sweet that is, baby!
See for yourself with a front row seat to all the action on the World Poker Tour.
When people think of world-class destinations, they're drawn to a place that provides opportunities for fine dining, shopping, superior lodging, exciting events, and unparalleled outdoor activities. Park City, Utah, and Vail, Colorado are renowned destinations for travelers and extraordinary homes for residents. Feature your exceptional products and services in these two luxury communities. Advertise with Park City Television and TV8 Vail. Contact us today.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Well, now is the time. All these backyard barbecues, family gathering, all the things are starting to happen, can create quite a stress if you're hosting something at home. But we've got Allison St. John. She is the Director of Culinary Development for Panera Bread. That's going to help us make things a lot simpler. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us here in Vail, Colorado. It looks like you've got some wonderful things out there to kind of help with the creative entertaining at home.
Yeah, of course. So today I'm going to show you how to build your own Panera Bread Bowl mac and cheese station at home. Everyone loves our signature mac and cheese, and whether you're hosting a graduation party, a family barbecue, or a casual hangout with friends, this is just a great customizable station that's sure to be a hit. Panera makes it super easy for you. You can just order the main components of the bread bowls and the mac and cheese, and then have fun with the creativity and the customizations from there. Panera recently unveiled our largest menu transformation ever, introducing 9 all-new menu items and 12 enhanced beloved classics. This new era for Panera includes our new bacon mac and cheese as a craveable addition to the menu. And as we know, Panera is always in its bread bowl era, which makes the perfect pairing for our signature creamy mac and cheese. While planning for your summer celebration, there are an abundance of choices for your mac and cheese station, and I have a few examples here to get you started. So we have what we're calling here our French onion soup mac hack, which is 2 beloved guest favorites. Our French onion soup mixed with mac and cheese, placed into a bread bowl and topped with melty Gruyere cheese. We then have our buffalo chicken mac and cheese, which again is our signature mac and cheese, topped with chicken, drizzled with buffalo sauce, and then garnished with some crumbled gorgonzola cheese, some celery sticks, and some carrot sticks. And then we have a summer classic. So we have our caprese mac and cheese, which again is our signature mac and cheese, drizzled with a basil pesto sauce and topped with roasted tomatoes and burrata cheese. And then down at the end, we have one that's perfect for any sort of breakfast or brunch occasion, which is our signature mac and cheese topped with crispy hash browns, crispy bacon, and a sunny side egg. So these are all awesome ideas to get you started on your customizations for your mac and cheese bar.
Well, Allison,
We also
you
use bread
take it,
bowls as
you're just taking it to a whole new level there. Look at those. They absolutely look beautiful.
yes. Yes, and we use the bread bowls here, which are perfect for holding the mac and cheese, but they can also double as part of your table decor. They bring this really nice warmth to your table, and they're also great because they're easy to clean up, and you can use them as edible serving bowls. So you can use them as edible serving bowls for the mac and cheese station. You can use them as edible serving bowls for other salads and dips that you have on your table. And then while we're talking about summer, for those looking to stay hydrated, Panera is also currently offering 3 months free to our Unlimited Sip Club, which offers iced tea, iced coffee, and 20+ beverages for 3 months free, which is an unbelievable value. So you can go to panerabread.com to sign up for that and also to explore our menu and get ordering on all your classic items for your next summer party.
Allison, that looks absolutely spectacular. And it's not only, makes the simplicity and raises the bar on some of those backyard barbecues and gatherings, but also could provide like an interactive experience. So you get someone a blank bread bowl and they kind of build their own bowl.
Yeah, and we have it set up here as well. So you could just create purchase the bread bowls, purchase the mac and cheese, set that up, and then create a little buffet of different toppers where your guests can create their own version of a topped mac and cheese bread bowl. So it can be very customizable and really fun for your guests.
And I love the value focus that Panera Bread is doing now, because everybody's trying to stretch their dollar these days. And what a great way to help people out, do that and get them in the store so they can see some of the great things you're developing there in the kitchen.
Absolutely.
Now that looks like a very top secret area that you're working in, the Panera Bread Test Kitchen. Are there any other items that you're working on right now?
We have a bunch of awesome items coming down the pike. We have some new soups. We're working on some new salads, some new sandwiches. We have a bunch of stuff that's getting teed up for launch in the next couple of months. So we're very excited. We've done a lot of work here to bring those items to life. Tested them with our guests. The guests love them. So we're very excited to get a lot of new stuff launched on our menu in the next coming months.
Well, Allison, thank you so much for joining us. What a tasty treat. What a great thing to do. Don't forget, everybody, get out there to Panera Bread. You want to see some of these great things that Allison is doing. Don't forget, get into their Panera Bread. Get in there to the website and check and see what they've got going on. We'll be back soon. Or rather, we're gonna close the show right now. What a tasty treat there. Don't forget, check in. Liz Farron does her podcast. Get out there, check all that stuff at Chatbox Vail. Don't forget those gift givings from Kai. She's got some great things going on there, and that local weather. Who could ask for some better weather? Get out there and embrace the beautiful mountain sunshine.